How to fall asleep better and deal with sleepless days. Do you often find yourself about to fall asleep and suddenly you get woken up and then you can't fall back asleep? You start to worry about not being able to fall back asleep. Even worse, you have to work or have an important event and you end up getting only an hour sleep or no sleep at all. Most of us have been there. Worse, many struggle with this issue. Fortunately, there are different techniques to help you fall asleep and to get through the day easier when you don't get enough sleep. I am going to cover some tips and tricks in falling asleep and getting as much sleep as possible when you need to. The first tip to help you get a good night's sleep is try to eliminate any fear-based thoughts or regrets about not getting much sleep. Most of the time, when people have trouble falling asleep, it is caused by sleep anxiety. Sleep anxiety is when a person worries about not falling asleep or has regrets of feeling like they could have slept better than they currently will now. It is best to eliminate these thoughts as much as possible. If such thoughts creep in, try to focus on something else, like being comfortable or other techniques that help you fall asleep, and which I'm about to mention next. The second tip to help you get a good night's sleep is understanding that even if you don't sleep, you can still gain rest that will give you energy that is equivalent to sleep. In other words, rest will still give you energy for the upcoming day. This is done by relaxing your mind and body and using them at the least amount of time and least amount of movements possible. There's a common belief that people have to sleep and dream in order to get rest. Sleeping does help, but you can still get rest even without sleep as long as your mind and body is relaxed to the point it can recuperate from the previous day, and this is done by relaxing. The third tip to help you sleep and get a good night's rest is relaxing your body. In other words, don't move your physical body much. Lay in a comfortable position and relax your body. Simply put, just be comfortable, like you are relaxing in a bed for pleasure or as if you were laying in a spa. Make it enjoyable. The more comfortable you are, the more your body will relax and recuperate for the next day. The third tip to help you get a good night's sleep is using popular mind relaxation techniques like counting backwards, counting sheep, or listening to music. But do understand, they may not be the most effective. This technique has proven to work for some people, but not for everyone. This technique can help relax your mind and stop your thought process. But this technique may not completely relax your mind. People often end up feeling discouraged. The reason is that these techniques cause you to still use your mind on a small level, and your goal is to relax your mind enough for rest, or even better, sleep. The fourth tip to help you get a good night's sleep is to take notice of your thoughts without thinking about them. Put your attention to the random thoughts that try to pop up in your mind. You'll find it kind of interesting in what you see happen. You'll start seeing random thoughts of different things you've recently experienced, sensed, or thought about throughout the day. You'll notice these thoughts will actually be visuals that come up one after another. Simply take notice of them without engaging each one by thinking about it more. Take note of the things and then just let it pass. You'll then see another one. You'll eventually start noticing the images will come after each other quicker, and things will start looking more vivid, and you'll even start experiencing them in all your senses. Keep doing this. The visuals will eventually become like videos and eventually turn into dreams, and before you know it, you'll be asleep. When doing this, I suggest not trying to force yourself or try too hard when doing this. The key is to try to relax and rest your mind. Use it more of a process to do this. It's not about trying to be perfect or doing this technique in the best perfect way. It's about trying to fall asleep or be in a deep resting state. The fifth tip to help you get a good night's sleep is the unforced meditation technique. In this technique, you are trying to simply quiet your mind and not think about anything. In the unforced meditation technique, try to clear your mind like a blank slate. When doing this, it's again important to try not to think too hard when doing this, or else you're working your mind instead of resting your mind. As you do this and relax, you may find yourself wanting to take notice of your thoughts. If that's the case, feel free to switch to the other technique we've discussed so far. Do other ones too. do what works best for you. We will now talk about more techniques that you can use. The sixth tip that will help you have a good night's sleep is to focus on positive ideas for as long as you can, but doing so by not forcing it. This technique is a good one because not only it can help you fall asleep, but it can also benefit your life. To do this, focus on the most positive perspective you can think of that can make your life in the most happiest, productive, and peaceful way at every moment. Think of what this state of mind would feel like to you. Then focus on that thought indefinitely until you fall asleep. You will find this state will put you in a kind of euphoric, peaceful, relaxing state that can help enhance your ability to be in a meditative state that can give you rest and help you fall asleep. The seventh tip that will help you have a good night's sleep and fall asleep is to not get tempted to get up for anything unless it's very important. Sometimes when you're about to fall asleep or when you wake up in the middle of the night, there will be a tendency to get up real quick and do things like move your pillow, check the thermostat, or adjust the blinds. If you get that urge, don't do it. This can cause you to stay up. Often, when you're halfway asleep, you'll feel like if you were to shut the blinds, you'll fall asleep and stay asleep better. However, doing this will increase your chances of staying up. Likewise, ignoring the urges will make you realize it was not as much of an urge as you thought, and you will be surprised how quickly you'll fall back asleep. You'll be glad once you realize this, once you wake up in the morning. The ninth tip to help you fall asleep and have a good night's rest is taking sleeping pills. In spite of what some people might say negatively in regards to taking something in a pill form, don't underestimate the help of a sleeping pill. Sleeping pills not only help you become more sleepy, but it helps enhance the ability to get into a semi-sleep better, being able to enhance the visuals that your thoughts create that help you relax, that eventually lead to dreams. It helps you perform these tools mentioned earlier in the video so far. Sleeping pills help slow your mind down, and this in return rests your mind, giving you rest even if you don't sleep, which will be a rare case. Sleeping pills can, however, be addicting, and your body becomes dependent on them. This is not a problem if you just take them only when you need to. Just don't use them every night. Only use them during nights you can't fall asleep. The 10th tip to help you get a good night's sleep is getting up earlier. Going to bed late often will make you feel pressured to fall asleep and hope to get a long enough sleep to be up when you need to. Going to bed earlier gives you a cushion to help you feel that if you don't sleep immediately, you'll still have plenty of time to sleep. This is very helpful when you're lacking sleep and need sleep. Oftentimes, when people have sleepless days, they often become more awake in the evening and often don't feel the need to go to bed early to catch up on the sleep even though they know they felt tired. The 11th tip to help you get a good night's sleep and fall asleep better is going to bed at a regular routine. Your body has an eternal clock. If you go to bed at a regular schedule, your body will get used to that schedule. This means if you go to bed at a specific time, your body will get used to sleeping at that time and you'll fall asleep easier. Likewise, if you sleep at different times of the day, you'll have a harder time falling asleep. Your body also has a specific rhythm called a circadian rhythm. This means your body has a certain daily cycle where there's a certain time of day where your body naturally sleeps better. It's beneficial to recognize when it is and try to sleep during that natural schedule. Everybody has a different sleep cycle, a natural body rhythm that their body goes best by when going to sleep. The 12th tip to help you fall asleep and have a good night's sleep is using your bed only to sleep and not anything else. Using your bed as other means like working on your computer, doing homework, chit-chatting on the phone, or laying down to think can cause you to be more alert during that presence when using it to try to fall asleep. Don't let that space remind you of the fun work you did earlier that day or what you need to do the next day. The 13th tip to help you have a good night's rest and fall asleep easier is not eating or exercising or consuming any caffeine before going to bed. After you eat, your body has to digest the food and that takes energy. If you eat food before you go to bed, your body will need to digest it. This could make you not fall asleep as well, especially if the food has a lot of sugar. Exercising right before going to bed also makes you more awake and you'll have a harder time falling asleep. Consuming caffeine before going to bed is a huge no-no. Caffeine increases your heart rate and gives you more energy. Generally, don't drink any caffeine at least 5 hours before going to bed, especially if you don't drink caffeine on a regular basis. The 14th tip that will help you have a good night's rest and fall asleep is to wear earplugs. The benefit of wearing earplugs are pretty obvious. They block out external noises that can cause you to wake up or worse, stay awake. Earplugs are inexpensive and comfortable. However, be aware that they can fall out of your ears sometime during sleep if not inserted properly. So make sure you insert your earplugs properly. If your earplugs fall out and you wake up, realizing it will give you the urge of wanting to find them. Many people have found earplugs are very hard to find when they fall out of your ears. Don't let this become an urge factor if you ever wake up in the middle of the night and find your earplugs have fallen out of your ears. So always make sure you insert them properly and keep an extra pair of earplugs near your bed. If you do not want to wear earplugs, another alternative is running a fan to help block out noises too. But keep in mind, it uses electricity, and sometimes other people that you may sleep next to may not want a fan running. I have mentioned a few suggestions in this video that can be helpful. If you have any other suggestions, please comment and share your insight. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.